Hi there, you're listening to the Sennheiser MKE600. It's connected to my camera using the Rode Wireless Go 2. In this video, we're going to listen to this microphone in different environments, but we're also going to compare it to some similar microphones that I have in my collection, just to give you a better feel for how this little microphone sounds. The fact that you can use the Sennheiser MKE600 as studio mic or a boom mic, and you could also use it as an on-camera mic with your DSLR or mirrorless camera without having to use any external recorders, makes this a super versatile microphone. Now, before we head back to the studio, let's compare the MK600 with the Rode VideoMicro and the internal microphones of my Fujifilm X-T4. Okay, you're now listening to the internal microphone of my Fujifilm X-T4, and this is about an arm's length, so the same kind of distance you would have if you were vlogging. And I'm back on my mark here with the Rode VideoMicro, and this is what the Rode VideoMicro sounds like in a vlogging situation. And you're now listening to the Sennheiser MKE600, and the same distance here. Same distance as you would use if you were to use this microphone for vlogging. And this is what the MKE600 sounds like if you were to use this microphone for vlogging. The Sennheiser MKE600 typically sells for about $300, which kind of makes it the most affordable Sennheiser shotgun microphone you can get. And if you don't have access to phantom power, you can still use this microphone thanks to the option of running it on a single AA battery. This means that you can start using this microphone with your DSLR or mirrorless camera and then kind of continue to use it when you upgrade to a cinema camera or start using more professional level recording equipment. Now, here in the studio, I usually have it hooked up to a preamp that can supply the microphone with phantom power. And if you do, you will get a slight performance boost in things like sensitivity, better noise performance, and it's also able to handle slightly stronger transients. But the majority of what you will hear in this video is going to be captured with the battery power option. Now, with that said, let's hook it up to a preamp and compare it to these two microphones. You're now listening to the Sennheiser MKE600 using phantom power. Here's a fun little tongue twister. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. Both the Rode and the Oktava are Cardioid microphones, which means they have a slightly wider pickup pattern than the Sennheiser. So they will give you more of the environment in the signal, while the Sennheiser will do a slightly better job at rejecting most of what's around it, behind it, and on the sides, and mainly pick up sound from the direction of the capsule. And now we're listening to the Sennheiser MKE600, and this is the rejection test where we test how this microphone handles noise coming from the sides, and I think this is going to be slightly better than the Rode. Now you're listening to the Rode NT3, and I will move my head to the side of this microphone to see how it handles rejection of sound coming from the side of the microphone. And now you're listening to the Oktava MK01201, and this is the rejection test. So let's get on the side of the microphone here to see how well this microphone handles noise or sounds coming from the side. And let's get back onto the capsule here to see the difference. And now we're listening to the Sennheiser MKE600, and this is the rejection test where we test how this microphone handles noise coming from the sides. If you're looking for a vlog mic, this probably ain't it. These types of microphones are more designed to be used as an on-camera mic for running and gunning, documentary-style filmmaking, and of course, boomed overhead in a situation like this. If you're planning on using this microphone outdoors, I would recommend that you get a dead cat, because the included little wind foam protector here is not really designed for outdoor use. Now, let's listen to the Rode VideoMicro at the same distance. Now, speaking of included things, the shock mount you get with the microphone isn't necessarily the best I've seen. If you're planning on using the microphone on a handheld boom, you might want to consider picking up something that's going to do a slightly better job. But in a studio environment, the included mount will do just fine. And if you're a content creator, you might want to have a mic you can use for more than just boom dialogue like this. Maybe you want to use it for voiceover or even podcasting. So here's some samples with the MKE600 used as a podcast or a voiceover microphone. And now you're listening to the Sennheiser MKE600, and this is what it would sound like if I were to use this microphone for voiceover or a podcast or what have you. And notice I've placed the microphone just a little higher. This way I can tilt my head slightly back, and this also helps to relax my throat a bit to give me a smoother, more even voice. And it also helps you to get down there and get those kind of lower, boomier notes if that's what you're going for. Now you're listening to the Rode NT3 for voiceover or for radio or podcast. Same thing here. I've got the microphone slightly higher than you'd expect, just to get that nice relaxation here to smoothen out the voice and get those lower notes if that's what you're looking for. And now you're listening to the Oktava MK01201, and this is what it would sound like for podcasting or voiceovers. And same thing here with the placement of the microphone to give you those smoother and deeper notes if that's what you're looking for. And this is typically how I would place the microphone for voiceover work or for a podcast. So who is this microphone for? I would say it's for a pretty wide variety of users, from indie filmmakers and running and gun shooters, documentary style filmmakers, to the content creator, YouTuber looking for a pretty snazzy boom microphone for their dialogue like this. I bought it mainly because I was looking for something with a slightly tighter pickup pattern compared to my Cardioid microphones that I've been using in the past. And so far, the MKE600 have been doing a pretty good job at giving me cleaner audios in places where I'm not able to control the environment 100%. Now, I hope the samples I provided you with in this video have been helpful, and as always, I'm always curious about your opinions and your thoughts, so leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.